January 5th, Bob and his wife, and my wife and myself went to the TRA Christmas party down at Port Zaccal and Redondo Beach. And
San Pedro.
I mean, what did I say, Redondo?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, San Pedro.
Pedro.
Excuse me. Anyway, when we went there, we ended up going in, and we sat at a big round table with about, well, there was 5 other couples, and the 3 of the other couples were obviously young, just previously retired people from Northfield, I guess. Very young compared to, we won't say. Anyway, when we sat there and while we were, getting to know each other, this one guy, young guy across the table started telling a joke. And when he was finished, his best friend that was sitting next to him says, "God, that was a pretty sad joke, And then another guy, young guy, got up and told another joke. And when he finished that one, he says, that was a little better joke, but it just didn't really meet the rules. And it's obvious this guy was, testing everybody that tells jokes. And so I said, geez, this is we're not going anywhere. And I leaned over to Bob and I said, Bob, how about telling a joke? And he says, oh God, how am I going to tell a joke with, these young kids, and I'm an old man telling a joke. I'm going to feel really kind of funny telling a joke. I says, come on, tell the joke about the monkey about the guy that was in the bar, and there was someone stealing his olive out of his martini all the time. He just didn't know who the hell it was. I said, yeah, why not? Oh, okay. So he told it, and my God, this guy that was testing everybody on jokes, he was laughing his head off. And he said, man, that was really a great joke. And so then they continued on and on and on telling jokes, and Bob was telling jokes, and the other guys were telling jokes. And finally, it was obvious that, Bob just blew everybody away on telling jokes. So, there was no contest at all. And so when we left, the next day I told Mike Rodericks and his wife, Mary, because Mary's always getting the jokes from Bob through me, which I don't know how to tell jokes very well. So she says, oh God, not another one of those jokes. And so she says, but why don't we get Bob an award for being able to tell all these great jokes? And I says, well, yeah, that sounds like a good thing. And then she says, well, I'll do it on the internet and get an award, and then you can present it to them next time you all get together. And I says, okay, I'll do that. Anyway, that's why we're all here today.
Oh.
To honor, we're all to honor a man that never quits at telling a joke, and that is Bob Moore. Bob, I'm going to give you this award that Mary got off the internet. And I know that you can't read very well.
Have somebody else's name. Have somebody else's name.
And let me read it. Let it be known that on December 5th, 2014, Bob Moore is hereby officially judged to be winner summa cum laude of the world-famous 2014 competition of master joke tellers. Hip, hip, hooray to Bob Moore. So say one, so say we all. Now,
Speech.
no, he's going to have to tell it. The one about the monkey, and that's what he's going to have to tell. Okay. Bravo, bravo, Bob Moore. Thank you for being master jokes man, and that is no joke. For he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. Nobody can deny. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. So say us all. Now it's your turn.
So tell us the joke.
I don't know. You reminded me of the time that Mr. Steve Stage took our whole little section all the way through one of our office buildings over there singing Christmas carols. You remember that? No, actually, thank you very much. I'll be 92 in April. I just succeeded in surviving a Cedars-Sinai TAVR, which is trans.
You can hold it now.
Catheter
My arm's
aortic
tired.
valve replacement. I had it on the 10th of June. I went on Tuesday night, had the procedure done. I went home on Thursday morning, and if anybody's interested in details of that, I can give it to them. But getting on to the joke starts out in the afternoon. We're in a bar, and there's a rather mousy-looking little guy sitting there looking at a small drink that's fizzing away. He's just sitting there, pretty much by himself. The door bursts open, and in comes a motorcycle biker, leathers all over. And he comes over and he sits right next to this guy. He picks up his drink, drinks the whole drink. The little guy starts crying. He said, "Gee, I didn't mean to upset you." "No," he says, "I've had a terrible day." He said, "I got up this morning and my car wouldn't start. So I usually pour a little gasoline down through the carburetor, and it usually works. Today I ended up setting the car on fire. I reached for my fire extinguisher, and the dang thing had lost its charge. By the time the fire department got there, they were able to save the house, but we lost the garage. I borrowed my wife's new car to go to work. I got there so late that they fired me. I went back out to the parking lot. Somebody had stolen my wife's car. I took a taxi home, and I left my billfold on the seat of the taxi when I got out. I go into the house. My wife is in bed with my best friend. Things went downhill from there. So he said, I was just sitting here watching the cyanide pill in this drink dissolve when you came through the door. He said, by the way, he said, how is your last day on earth? Thank you very much.
I want to hear about the monkey.
I think you gotta tell them about the monkey.
The monkey and the time you told that joke. No. Guy goes into this piano bar, and the piano player has a little monkey that jumps down and runs around the bar and raising money. And the guy looks down at his drink, and he said, I knew I had an olive in there. He orders another martini and makes sure he gets a couple of martini or olives. And he's listening to the thing. And I'll be darned if he's watching it, and the monkey comes over and goes like that. So he says, the guy goes up to the piano guy and he says, hey, so you know that monkey stole a martini or an olive out of my martini? The piano player says, well, I don't know that tune, but he says, if you hum a few bars, he says, I think I could pick it.
Is it true that Bob Cash is a disciple here?
I'm sorry if I don't recognize you because I've had some eye surgery and so forth that left me with some scar tissue. But anyway, it's been a real pleasure to be associated with all you guys. And I was trying to demonstrate a little amateur seismograph here to my friend was. He's a little bit
Get me back to
hard to train. Basically, it's a 10-penny common nail on a little block of wood. You got 6 nails that you balance on top and make a little tripod out of this. And the idea of a seismograph, I was up in White Sands with one of the White Sands guys, and we set this up on his table, and we got to bed that night, and it was still sitting there the next night. Anyway, thank you.
Okay, so he told it, and my God, this guy that was testing everybody